Right, guys, it's a
Relax. Right, guys, New Year, new you.
it's our first episode of the Vibely Podcast in 2024. 2023 came with lots of blessings, lots of ups and downs, but this year we have lots and lots from CSM for you. Today we have a wonderful discussion, but before I introduce our discussion, I want to introduce our guest for this podcast. And we have a very industrious man, one who has bred a man we would call a gift to the archdiocese. The gift is Charles Kusi, and the one who bred Charles Kusi is Mr. Charles Kusi Senior. Please give that good. Mr. Charles Edia Kusi Senior. Please let's give it up for him. Please welcome your family.
We have a greeting.
Yes.
So, punch. No. You punch, and then I'll punch. And then you punch again. And then.
So welcome so much there.
Thank you.
Is there some resemblance?
Of course, there is.
Well, so sir, thank you so much for joining us. How is your 2024 been so far?
Nicely, but for the surgery, the right side I'm going, recovering. Otherwise, everything's okay.
All the agencies are.
Wow. So, Charles, Charles. Chairman, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity. So, growing up, I was privy to a number of, I would say, nuggets, right? That was able to shape my thinking and my thoughts into adulthood. And I've come to realize that it is not exactly the norm for everybody. There are a good number of people who sometimes lack some form of a direction. And that is why this month for this podcast, as we begin 2024, a lot of times we begin with resolutions. I think a lot of us want to do better in the year when the year starts. And it will be good for us to have some pointers, certain things to look at from an experienced person such as my dad. So that this podcast, we want to look at 4 things that we can look at if we want to upgrade ourselves in this year 2024. So I thought it wise to bring no other person than the person who helped shape me and help give me my mentality, my everything. So, ladies and gentlemen,
that's correct. Wow.
So, Baba, as you have done for us, for me and for all your children, we want you to help educate, the rest of Catholic youth on certain things to look out for, certain areas to look out if they want to upgrade themselves this year. So, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to come. You have given me 4 tips.
Yes.
So I will sit 4.
Okay.
Some might be closely related, but don't forgive me. The first one is identifying your gifts. Identifying your gifts. And the second one will be the potentials God has given you. What is it? Potentials. The third one is managing resources, including time. And the fourth one is integration. Vertical integration, horizontal integration. So if I have your permission, I will start with identifying your gifts.
Okay.
God in His goodness has given each and every one of us gifts. Spiritual gifts, physical gifts, emotional gifts, psychological gifts, financial gifts, social gifts, etc. Hosea 4:6. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. A lot of the youth of the day, they don't know their gifts. They don't know.
And they're also not praying about it.
The question is, what plans do you have for yourself? You want to upgrade yourself? Do you have any educational plans? Do you have any academic plans? Physical plans, spiritual plans, psychological plans, financial plans, emotional plans? You must get plans for yourself. I was advising my children when they were growing that you must have answers to these questions. How do you want to see yourself in the next 6 months? How do you want to see yourself in the next 1 year? How do you want to see yourself in the next 2 years, the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? How do you want to see yourself? You must get that plan for yourself. Nobody can make you better than yourself. Mark 12:31, popular verse. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself means that everybody likes him or herself. So the way you love yourself, go and love somebody like that. Incidentally, a lot of the youth, they don't love themselves. They don't love themselves. Some of the things they say they do, if you analyze critically, you see that they don't love themselves.
Example.
How do you wrote SSC and you failed, and you called your grandfather to give you money to do the remedial, 3,000. Then when it comes Saturday, you are going to pay for the tuition money. Saturday evening, but 30 and the whole 3,000.
This example, investment.
Then he came with stories. How can money he has put into your account Saturday around 2 o'clock, then Sunday morning you call him that you don't know what you did, you have put the money in somebody's account and the person is refusing to give you? Look at this. Look at this. We must love ourselves. Don't do anything against yourself. I told my children that they must have visions. Visions. And not ordinary visions. Bigger vision. I don't believe in small visions. Oh, had I known? No. Those days when you were in the secondary school, in the 60s, our late headmaster, we had a program when the seniors were going passing our parade. We meet the advisors, and then the school administration also advised us. Why do I form 2? Other form 2 or form 3? As seniors, the school professor said, we had a hammer. We had a nail to hit. We really hit harder. Next time when you get a chance, we'll hit harder. So headmaster came. Did you hear what your senior said? So you have the hammer. You have the nail. If you want to hit harder when you get another chance, then this is your chance. Hit hardest. So that you don't need to look for another opportunity to hit. So bigger visions. I was telling one of my boys, so me, I don't like kitchen vision. Young man, then you are in the kitchen, no. Think of bigger, greater things for yourself. And following it for me, by the grace of God, I shouldn't have to. The spirit, both the young men, and then they are able to take decisions. Said what to the phone? I said no. I think event organization will be better for me than will be better for. He told me he wanted to resign. Go ahead. She resigned, and now she's doing it nicely. Bigger functions, they invite him. And sent Charles you. So I won't talk about it.
No, most of them don't sponsor.
Charles.
I'm afraid.
After Charles has finished with his service, I wanted to put him back. ECG, I had a friend there. The director of finance was my friend. No, Dad. I don't want to work for anybody. I want to work for myself. But he was young. I want to work for myself. Good. Go ahead. Bigger fish. You must learn to work harder. Not harder. Harder. With honesty. Perfection. Aim at achieving perfection. Then success. Nobody can give it to you. You have to work at it to achieve it. You have to work at it. The gifts that God has given us. How are we improving? How are we making use of them to help us upgrade ourselves in the year 2024? Number one. Number two. Number two is potential. Do you know what is potential? A lot of people confuse potential with what they are doing. No. Your degree is not your potential. What you study is not your potential. What you read is not your potential. The potential is what is in you that you could have done. You have used that you are not doing. So pray, Lord, teach me all the things you have put into me, that I will be to make good use of them, that I'm not doing, that I'm not even seeing. Some of us are not seeing the potentials at all, or we are not. We have blocked the path of our brain that will help us look at what we can do. Oh, I can't do it. No. It's a lie. Our late headmaster said, "You kill for that Ghana's in the house." He had a lot of sayings. the way I love Moses, you must have the curiosity to acquire knowledge. Curiosity, not desire. Curiosity is greater than desire. You must have the curiosity to acquire knowledge. It is the knowledge that will take you to where you want to go in 2024. You want to upgrade yourself. All the areas, academically, technically, vocationally, or even in a trade. If you didn't go to school and you are selling, it doesn't mean you are no. There was this family, 2 young men and a lady. The young men, brilliant, first class material. The lady, almost all the schools in Ghana. I don't know why. So, the boys A level, first class. The children at the university. Then the guy told the parents, I want to do fashion design. You have to think of whatever you want to do, go and do it. Those days, the Singer company had, I think 6 months, 1 year, 2 years course.
The sewing machine singer.
And they train you to do a lot of this fashion, and then so when he said he wanted to go and study, the parents, when you have spent a lot on you didn't see anything. So the mother pleaded with the father. Let her go and learn. Maybe. She went. That was her strength. She came out one of the best fashion designers in the city. Any expensive wedding, she's in charge. She built her own house, built another house. When the father and the mother went on retirement and they were looking for a place, they couldn't build their own house.
The lecturers couldn't also build them.
The lecturers couldn't help them build a house. It is this fashion designer they have rejected. It was she who gave them a 4-bedroom house.
Wow.
The potential, if it is in you, it is in you, not if it is in you. Make good use of them, identify them. There was this lady who was teaching French in one of the secondary schools in Accra. The mother was a seamstress. So even though she did not learn how to sew, by observation, he knew how to do a few things. He married a young man who was also teaching in the school. So they were given a bungalow. So the lady bought some materials. She had 2 girls. And sewed dress for the 2 girls. When they went to church, and so the church members saw it. They asked where she bought it from. So I made it myself. So can you make some for us? Yes. So during one of their holidays, she also took advantage and went to polish up. So while teaching the French, she was sewing during her spare time. There are a lot of things you can do. I will get there. There are a lot of things that you can do. I don't believe it's not possible. But how am I going to do it? Tell me to go and farm, but where am I going to get the land? Where am I going to get this? I ask them, those who are doing it, where did they get the land from? Where? I had a friend when I was the chief accountant in one of the organizations I don't want to mention. He was an accounting officer, but he was my friend, personal friend. I kept advising him, Master, you must build a house in Accra. Oh, chief, when you come, you are talking as if building is like eating. I said, you must build in Accra. One day he was in my office, and one of the watchmen came to me. Chief, I have built 300 chambers. I'm looking for wood and then roofing sheets to do them. I know you are in charge of the loans committee, so this one, I'm going to tell a lie, but help me. Help me. Give me a red loan. When you give me the loan, I will take the money. You know, those days, we had a lot of cocoa stations and they would timber. That first of the timber for me, and then you buy the thing for me, and then I go and roof my house. This watchman, you talk, the accounting officer was sitting there.
Watchman goes to that.
So after the watchman left, I didn't talk. I was then I was a chief. Chief, I mean, I said, what did he hear you? Chief, I now understand what you have been telling me all along. That if watchman, if watchman has built hole in chamber 3, he said he want to stay in one with the and watchman, and you officer. If I went and took it, those days I had a tipper truck, so I also helped with sand and stones. And when you was at the build around Kaswa, she built 6 bedrooms.
It's too much.
After building his, the company also gave him home ownership loan. So he bought another one. So he has even named his son after me.
Wow.
That in fact he has listened to me earlier, because I kept hammering. I'm there. All things are possible to those who believe. If you believe in yourself that you can do it, you'll be able to do it. You know something? There's a secret I'm telling you today. Through the lands I acquire to do pineapple farming and then farming in the shanty, I have some plots of land that I'm selling. Where I was farming, the towns and the villages have contact with me. So if I agree with you and taking part and giving me some to sell. So as I sit here, I have plots of land that I'm selling. And I got them through the vision I had to do farming. I see the additional advantage that has come. Don't put impediments in your way. Don't put impediments in your way. You can't. By the grace of God, do it. Management of resources. Management of resources, including time. This one, I don't want to say advising because I want it to be stronger. Anything you do, everything you do, if you have a plan A, you must have a plan B. What is the plan B? I'll use my own example. I prefer using my own example. When President Kufuor declared Presidential Special Initiative, I also declared Charles Special Initiative. Charles Special Initiative. And you know what was in the Charles Special Initiative? I wanted to produce 200,000 sugar loaf pineapple. You know the sugar loaf, the Mankasim area, that one. 200,000 and aim at selling at 15 cities so that I can give myself 300 million OCs. That was in Charles Special Initiative. The plan A was that, you know, I was doing 1 acre, 2 acres, so if I want to do 200,000, then at least I'm going to do 10 acres, 12 acres plan because 1 acre took 20,000. So I made a plan. I drew a plan. I must get land. When I get land, how am I going to get people to prepare for me? How am I going to get the circuit that I'm going to plant? How am I going to get everything? And then everything was right except the marketing that I didn't have a plan B. The plan A was to sell all the pineapple in Accra. By the grace of God, the pineapple came nicely, thick, succulent. But when it got to the marketing, there was a glut of pineapple in the market in Accra. And because I didn't have a plan B, I didn't know where to sell if I cannot sell in Accra. But you know what I've done? The trucks that bring charcoal from hinterland, when they come to Accra, they go empty. They're looking for somebody who will give them fuel to go. I could have sold, I could have taken them to the farm, harvest into the drum, take to Kumasi, to Tabane, to Kumasi, and I could have sell not the 15,000 I was looking for, 30, 40, even 50. And they would have purchased because those days it was scarce in those areas. But because I didn't have a plan B, I had a pickup, put it with the pickup. He said, go to the ministry, don't buy. Go give to the women, you go. I lost hope. I started the pineapple business not good. I won't do it again. I want to buy the suckers from Magasimu. So if I was even concentrated on the sale of the suckers alone, I would have gotten hit by target. But because I got angry and said the thing is not good, I stopped. People now started going to my farm and stealing the suckers. So when I saw that the fault is not the pineapple, but the fault is Charles and Charles Special Initiative that did not have a plan B for the sale of the pineapple. When I went back to do it, I had to go and buy the suckers from people who have stolen my suckers. So please, don't forget plan B. Don't forget plan B. Ask yourself, I must manage this by schedule. I must manage it well. How am I going to manage it? I must manage my company. How do I manage it and manage it well? I had a friend who was taking a bottle of beer every day, boasting every evening, this one bottle of beer. He thought he was going to boast to me. So I told him, Baba, do you know what you are doing? Every day, not that you raise a cement block and smash it. He didn't understand. I was, yes. Because the price of the beer is equal to the price of 1 cement blocks. So, by not buying the cement block and buying the beer, it's like you have walked the block, raise it high, and smash it. And that's what are you saying? I'm saying, yes. So when you saw a block maker in the area, every week the savings, yes, started buying the blocks. Started buying the blocks. He lives in his own house now. There is another one. My father had a friend called Ejedu in Kumasi. 2 days he was rich. He sold spirits in the Kumasi Central Market. He had a big shop. So every evening when he closes, he will take one bottle of syrup and take it home. Before he get there, the crews are there. They will come, you open, they talk nonsense, and then when they have finished, then they go. They have done that for 12 to 15 years. One evening, after he has locked the shop, this young man came running to him and knelt before him. Papa, my father had died. I must go to the village tonight. Everybody says it's you who can give me important shram. I've come from Holland. I cannot go with local shram. So please, can you give me what you are holding to buy? Oh, people are waiting for me in the house. The boy started crying. After he had given the snap to the guy and he gave him the money, then he came back. So is that the money I've been spending every evening? He opened the shop, put it under his table. He didn't take it there. So when the people saw that, he didn't break it. Not long, the boy went to their various rooms, started insulting him. The freebie, so I went to a carpenter to make a money box for him. So every evening, you look at the price of the full bottle syrup and put it in the box. You will take the syrup home. So the people stop coming. After putting it there for 1 year, he opened it. And the money he got a plot of land at Swami in Kumasi.
Swami?
Yes.
And he's been doing that for 12,
15 years. 1 year alone could buy the plot of land. So he built a bigger one. And then I would put more. At the weekend, he went with 2. He went weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he went to 3 weekend. So that every day they must get one. And for 12, 15 years he has been doing that. He made a bigger box. I was putting it like he was sending them to the house. After 2 years, when he opened, he bought blocks and started. So he kept advising me. You see, come with you. The child is now and I'm going to see me fear you. And also, here, I'm going to be a fear. That's what he kept telling me. Everybody must stop something to enable you achieve a goal. You want to achieve the highest in 2024. You must start something that you like. Stop something that you like. That is taking your mind that you don't see. What is it? Every week you change your hair. You change your hair. Then yellow color. The following week green color. It's the blocks you are raising and smashing. Are you with me? Are you with me? So managing your resources. I keep saying that there are 4. Whatever you do, you can group them into 4. Category 1, urgent and important. Some of the things that you do, they are urgent and they are important. Category B, they are urgent, but they are not important. Category C, they are not urgent, but they are important. Then category D, not urgent, not important. So it is you who must know before you come to here. Before you go to your office, all the files there, all the things that you are going to do, which ones are urgent and important, especially those with timelines. You have to submit this on or before this date. Urgent and important ones must be done first. And you do it yourself. Because you cannot afford mistakes. Urgent and important. Do them yourself. And do them fast and first. After that, you go to category B. They are urgent, but they are not important. After you have finished urgent and important, take those files, those work that are urgent but not important. Then get a few trusted colleagues. 1, maximum 2, to help you do it. The urgent but not important. Not urgent but important. The 3rd category. Delegate. Let them do it. They bring it to you. You review the work they have done to them. You accept. If you are satisfied. If you are not satisfied, let them go back and do it. That is our biggest problem in Ghana now. We are afraid to point to people that this work you did, it is not my satisfaction. Go and do it again. Hey, I don't think this pleasure. I don't think me. lie or tell you in the face. Somebody asked me when I am the chairman of the audit committee of one of the companies in Ghana, and at a meeting, there was something that everybody was afraid to say. Deputy President, me, I don't ask you to bring me here. It is always not something I can brought me here. I will say things like they are. And then, what he did, it was wrong. You should not have said this in the presence of these people. You should have called his colleague. Last week, I attended another meeting. The chief director of the ministries, big ministry, one of the biggest in the country. He was there, he came for the first time. And then, that had no mess. They wanted to treat him with kid gloves. They wanted to treat him with kid gloves. You know kid gloves?
He's a big man.
He's a big man. Not comics. He said, Papa, I am telling you, if you have come, everything we are saying here, whether you are here or not, we are going to say it. We are going to say things like they are. That's why we are here. He said, oh, Chief, accept it. Chief, I don't do. So we say things like they are. Anyway, some of the things some people are doing in some of the ministry. In those days when I was a teacher, I would have whipped them. And they are afraid to say it.
So before you continue, do you still have the right of correction when it comes to voluntary services? Maybe someone has, or you have been able to convince someone to voluntarily help you with an assignment, and then you are trying to be maybe correcting the person, trying to redo it. Do you still accept that?
Papa, I called you to voluntarily help me. If you accept to help me, for Kruger, a leader of South Africa, said, this is my country and these are my rules. If you want to live in my country, then go by my rules. If you are doing it for money or you are doing it for voluntarily, you must do the right thing. Otherwise, it's better you don't do it. So, urgent but not important. Not urgent, not important. You delegate. When they come, you put the reports down. When you have time, you look at it. If you mix them up, you always make a mistake. You always be late. Because things that are not urgent, not important, you treat them first. That for management. And time, please, time. Time management. Time is money. Forgive me, time. When you are some of the meetings when you are attending, they write 10 o'clock front. By 8:30 I'll be there. And then go to some of the big men. And something like you go ahead, Baba. You are late. You said the meeting was 10 o'clock front. Look at the time you are coming. They are saying though. Some don't like, some like it. And because of me, they make sure that after waiting here, if you are late, he will disgrace you in front of the judges. They will come. They will not be late. Because I will not be late. When I was the head of the department, now I'm mentioning Coco Ward.
And you know, when you said you won't mention it, I said that by the end of this podcast, you will mention it.
My department, I live at Tesano. Leave at 6:30. I did it by 7:30 at my office. I give them 30 minutes. 8 o'clock, I start going around. And the line read, those who have income. You know what the line? When it is 8:30, bring me all the registers. Anybody who comes at 8:30, let him or her come and sign in your office. So you should report at 8. I'll give you 30 minutes grace. So if you are coming after 8:30, they come and sign in front of you. Come and sign in front of you. I need it. Chief, I leave the house at 7 o'clock. And before I get to there, what are you telling me? Where do you live? La Paz. You don't have a car. And you don't have 7 o'clock. You can't somebody look for vehicle. You look for vehicle. I have a car. I live at Tesano. Do you know when I leave the house? 6:30. So you cannot give me the excuse that you leave the house 7 o'clock. What is stopping you from leaving the house earlier? Incidentally, she was a young lady. He didn't have children. Not annoying me most. If you have children and say you are taking your children to school or something like, bring in. You know something. After I've gone on retirement, I'd go and apologize to some of the ladies who were making babies. You know why? My grandchildren came. And one of them, maybe he will not let me sleep. He'd been making noise, crying, and at times, 1 a.m., she's not asleep. So, it's about 2 that you sleep. So I said, then I was too harsh, especially on the ladies who were making babies, not the gentlemen. Not the gentlemen. That is for managing resources. And the last, but not the least of what you gave me, I want to call it integration. Integration. How do you integrate vertically and horizontally? You need to grow. You need to grow. Otherwise you will die. If a plant doesn't grow, it dies. You need to grow vertically. 2, a lady and a gentleman were employed as an accounts grad grade 3 in one of the Cocoa Board divisions. A gentleman and a lady. Accounts grad grade 3 because they had RSC stage 2. Those days, RSC stage 2. These days, even graduates are not getting employment, and then you go with accounts grad grade 3. RSC stage 2. The young man, when he got employment, started studying. Within 1 year, he wrote and got RSS 3, which is equivalent to A level. So they pushed him a little. Then, after 1 year, he lobbied and got permission to leave by 3 o'clock so they can go and do diploma in accounting by those days Accra Polytechnic. After 2 years, he had gotten a diploma. That also gave me a little push. You know, the lady was still accounts graduate 3. After working with the diploma, we were very hard working, so everybody like, you know my friend. So they gave him study leave. They want to do the degree. While he was doing the degree, he had started with a professional. So he qualified as a chartered accountant and he was made a deputy manager. Meanwhile, the lady he entered the same year with her has risen to become accounts clerk grade 1, not even officer. Whereas it's integrating, going fast, forward. Goes with sacrifice. It goes with sacrifice. Let me tell you my story. Those days when we were in Kumasi, and I was writing the history of Tetracana final examination. The examination period was first week in January and first week in July. So the January exam starts 7th January. So one Christmas after church, but then God has given me a bit of repeating. So after church, I want to hide somewhere at the Commercial Polytechnic, studying, preparing to pass the examination that I was going to write on 7th January. A friend of mine was passing and saw my car. So, I don't believe this system. Car belongs with the chance. He came to look at the number, and it was the number. He hoped the whole place looking for me. I was busy studying when somebody came and said, "Hey, Charles, are you mad? Christmas Day 25th, you said you are studying. Are you mad?" I didn't mind. So, after I've qualified in Nigerian Cocoa Board, they gave me a brand new car. I went to Kumasi one day and he met me. Charles, I now understand your what? Your madness. I now, some of the things you have to do as if you are mad. 25th December. Sacrifice. Toughen your jaws. If you know you're going to receive a slap. Toughen them. Integrate. My younger brother, where's he? The station, O-level, A-level, 4 A's, including general paper. Why you want to school up to CSM Vibely? Don't be happy that you are going to school up to CSM. Because me, I know. I'm not expecting anything from first class from you. In addition to the first class is academic qualification, yes. Now I know you give me. In addition to that, I want you to qualify as a chartered accountant in a record time. Do you know what I asked you to do? Learn this, give me a good grade, alongside, learn the professional examination. You got a first class. During his service period, he passed the first, you know, he got some exemptions, passed the fire exam. It was the second part 2 that he referred in one day. So within a record of 2 years, he has also qualified himself. Now we have the issue. We have this. We also do rice. So he did his masters. I'm surprised why he's always going to do the PhD. You know, he's grown and matured, so he doesn't want to go. Mommy, you can do it. Papa, you can do it. You can go up. You can go up. Huh. We struggle to qualify. Those days, there were no classes in Thomas. You buy the book and you are behind the book. You are reading, studying.
No classes.
No classes.
You have to learn on your own.
Yes. I failed one examination. Not because I didn't know. Management accounting. You were using Brian Howard, a British actor. An examiner has come from the US and brought Hungary. American book. Those in Accra knew Hungary. But those in Kumasi, we knew Brian Howard. We didn't know Hungary. So when we came, we failed. So when he said, let's go. But this one they say this is what Hungary is this in Brian Howard. Lack of knowledge.
Perish.
Lack of knowledge.
People perish. Massive people perish.
Because we didn't have 100. So after the exam, we were going to buy 100 and then take it to Kumasi to go and study. Come from work. My wife, go to sleep. Looking at our son to study. And when he's looking up at 7, I'm fighting with her. I said, you say I was waking up. Are you there? Are you there? Yeah. Please. You need integration. You need it all. Especially the horizontal. I ask people who are employees, apart from what your employer gives you, how much do you give yourself? Love your neighbor as yourself means you love yourself. Apart from what your employer is giving you, how much do you give yourself? How much are you planning to give yourself? Somebody says, I don't understand. You don't understand. You must understand. You understand? There are plenty things that we can do to give yourself extra income. Plenty things that you can do.
Examples.
I tell people that Ghana has the biggest number of holidays in the world. So, the holidays, what do you do? And what do you do? Nothing. Weekends, Saturday, Sunday, what do you do? Nothing. Salute. Are you there? We are not making good use of the resources available. You go outside. You work 6 hours here, 4 hours here, 10 hours there, and sleep maximum 3-4 hours. A lot of Ghanaians are lazy. And a lot of Ghanaians are lazy. Can you say it? A lot of Ghanaians are lazy.
But Papa, not to cut you, but I always say that for the average Ghanaian, every Ghanaian has 2 default settings. the lazy setting, and then the hardworking setting. But by default, all of us is on lazy. So you find that it's only when we go to outside that we switch to being hardworking. So you find people, Ghanaians outside, very hardworking, but the same people in Ghana are very lazy. So it's not like they didn't have the hard work in them. No, by default, and they're lazy. So I agree with you. A lot of Ghanaians are lazy, and that's the culture.
So, thank you for the depression, and thank you for the four points that you wanted me to talk about. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know what else you need for 2024, but I have this in my knee. Charles, what do you have to say?
I think that I want to add on a little to what he said.
You want to round up, so
no problem, don't worry. I think that the youth of today, we are fond of making excuses. That is one major problem that we have. Nobody has achieved anything worthwhile easily. Like he said, it's come to a lot of sacrifice. But when you speak to the youth of today, it's just about the excuses. They are telling you, I can't do it because of this, because of that, because of... There's a story that I was listening to on TikTok about two brothers, twins, that grew up in the same home. One is a criminal landed in jail. The other one is a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. The same setting, the same home. And they interviewed them that, okay, how did you get there? When they interviewed the prisoner, what did you expect to happen to me? I come from a home where this happens, where that happens, where my father doesn't do this, my mother doesn't do this. When they interviewed the CEO, he said the same thing. Okay, what other choices that I have to do? Well, I come from a home where my father did this, where my mother did this, blah, 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 blah. So it means like it depends on you. It's not really even about the environment. Because the same set of scenarios, two very different outcomes. And a lot of times, we are in a rush to see the end. In the end, and we don't realize that it will take a lot of hard work to get to that end. So the only thing I want to add is, the excuses are enough. As the saying goes, if you think you can do it, you are right. If you think you cannot do it, you are right. It depends on you. And in this 2024, what did they say the theme is?
no grief.
No grief for anybody. No grief for anybody means you yourself. Don't let anything be your stumbling block in trying to upgrade yourself, in trying to be better. As for the stories, I mean, there are some ones that I know that he hasn't shared. Because for the sake of time, I mean, we can't see all of them here. But what I can say is, if you live your life by some of these principles, no matter where you find yourself, you succeed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Audrey, Elvis, share what's up? 2024, what are expectations for the year?
They've said it all. We have not much to say.
Exactly what I want to say.
Penny Gary and I think what they've said is more than necessary. So I mean, to go by what they said,
well, I think what I picked out of his, I'll not call it a presentation because it was a presentation to me, and the part where you have to categorize. Alex was telling me the part where you have to categorize things into important,
urgent but not important.
I mean, I think those are things that I had troubles with last year. I thought I could juggle with a lot of things at the same time, but truth be told, you really need to. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles. Before we leave, senior.
No.
I am Charles, and he is.
You are the junior.
Yes.
Good. So you are a duplicate of the original.
Who duplicated me?
You are a photocopy.
Who duplicated
You are a
me?
photocopy.
You are mad.
How my manners brings a lot of money, you know. Just that's the fun. So before we leave, we want to take your last words for this episode.
My last word is identify what you have, grow them, multiply them, and come out the best for 2024.
So 2024, no gree, identify but no gree. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been Connects for Social Media, our Vibely Podcast, and today we took tidbits on how to be successful for 2024. Thanks so much for joining us once again, and do want to follow our channel at Connects for Social Media on YouTube, on Instagram and Facebook at Connects for Social Media, and on Twitter X. We are there as Connect Vibes GH. Thank you so much. My name is Kofi Tabo, and we are at
CSM
Vibes. All right.